Hi, Terry Franks here. Welcome back to my channel, Prescott Voice. Don't forget to hit those subscribe, like, and share buttons. From the book of Genesis in the Bible to now, Satan's plan to stop Jesus' return is revealed in the Gaza-Israeli conflict. I love this quote from Mark Twain. All things are mortal but the Jew. Other forces pass, but he remains. What is the secret of his immortality? In the Hamas massacre of October 7, 2023, there was a number of horrors that ensued by this brutal and satanic terror group. On June 24th, the families of kidnapped hostages Hirsch Goldberg Poland, Elijah Cohen, and Or Levy was published. The question of who committed evil and who is justified is crystal clear. Hamas. From the very beginning in the book of Genesis, we see Satan's attempts to destroy the Jewish people. This battle is not just physical, but deeply spiritual, aiming to thwart God's plan for humanity. It's always been this way. Today, this ancient war, both in the spiritual and physical sense, continues behind the scenes of the Gaza-Israel conflict. The Bible tells us that Satan has always sought to eliminate the Jewish people. From Pharaoh's decree to kill Hebrew babies in Egypt, to Haman's plot in the book of Esther, to Herod's massacre of infants in Bethlehem, 2 years old and younger, the pattern is clear. Each attempt is a direct attack on God's chosen people and his divine plan. In the modern era, the conflict between Gaza and Israel is another manifestation of this ancient spiritual warfare. The ongoing violence, the rise of anti-Semitism, and the political turmoil are not just random events, but are influenced by spiritual forces. Ephesians 6:12 is a great verse. It tells us that our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of the dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in heavenly realms. This verse highlights that the battles we see in the physical world have spiritual roots. The ultimate goal of these spiritual attacks is to prevent the fulfillment of biblical prophecies, mainly the return of Jesus Christ. Satan knows the Bible, and he knows God's prophecies. Quote, "Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord," end quote, is a messianic title from Psalm 118:26. And it is this title that some who did believe shouted out to Jesus on his triumphant entry into Jerusalem before he was crucified. But in Luke 19:38, Jesus said that Israel would be left desolate and that they would not see him again until they acknowledge that he is their Messiah. This is in accordance with Old Testament scriptures as well, such as Hosea 5:14 and 15. "For I will be like a lion to Ephraim, and like a lion to the house of Judah. I will go away and return to my place," which means Jesus had to have left his place until they, meaning the Jews, acknowledge their guilt and seek my face. In their affliction, they will earnestly seek me, end quote. Today, Israel is experiencing much affliction, and as the Bible foretells, it will become much, much worse. And that is what we are seeing today. So, you see, if Satan can destroy the Jews, every single one of them, then there would be no Jew left to cry out for the Lord's return in order that they be saved from their affliction. Satan knows the survival and restoration of Israel are crucial to God's plan for the end times. As believers, we must understand the spiritual dimensions of the Gaza-Israel conflict. This isn't just a political or territorial dispute. It's part of a larger, unseen battle that has been raging since the beginning of time. By recognizing the spiritual warfare at play, we can better understand the stakes and the importance of prayer and support for Israel. In Revelation 12:17, we read about the dragon, symbolizing Satan, waging war against those who keep God's commandments and hold the testimony of Jesus. This prophecy underscores the continuous spiritual assault on God's people. Ultimately, the conflict we see today is a sign of the times, pointing towards the fulfillment of God's promises and the imminent return of Jesus. It's a reminder to stay vigilant, to pray fervently, and to stand firm in our faith, knowing that God's plan will prevail despite Satan's scheme. So it is really important for us as Christians to let unbelievers know exactly what is going on. This is what so many do not know today. All of these anti-Israel protests, all of these people that are out there supporting Hamas, holding up Sinwar, who is the leader of Hamas, his photograph, and praising him and glorifying Hamas and Hezbollah. This will not go well with you. God will judge you for this, whether you're an individual or whether you are a nation standing against Israel. I would love to know what you think. Leave me a comment, and thank you for watching.